lunch.
Good, good.
Did you get a little sleep last night, or still amped up, or I guess how's it going from the last since we saw you?
Yeah, it was nice. Kind of get a little bit of sleep and get in the hotel room, and then have good walkthroughs and good personnel film and all that. But I think the energy, if anything, is more serious than it was yesterday. Now that we know what's in front of us, we know who we got, we know what the game plan is, we know the seriousnly of this next game. So.
And as far as last night went, I mean, Shimon's a guy who started all 35 games and didn't even get on the floor. What did you? I guess what did how do you talk to him about that, and then what do you see as the challenge with Broom, and obviously what he's going to present for you guys in front court?
Yeah, for him, I think it's for me, I'm just continuing to to tell him that we're going to need everybody, and don't take it anything personal of what happened in the last game, and Coach said the same thing to him where. Now whoever we play, especially when we didn't know who we were playing, Michigan or Auburn. Either way, we're gonna have to have big lineups in there. So we knew that we're gonna have to utilize everybody, and we're gonna need fresh minutes from him too. So.
What have you seen on Auburn that makes them a good team?
Everything. I mean, there's a reason they're a one seed for sure. They're talented everywhere. They got they're good guards, and specifically for us bigs, Broom is a he's a powerhouse down there. He's SEC Player of the Year and Player of the Year candidate. So obviously we have our work cut out with him down low, and just the level of physicality that everyone on their team possesses, whether they're a guard or a big. Just they're a really good all around team.
What would it mean to get Izzo his 9th Final Four?
I mean, it'd be a dream come true. That'd be a life-changing moment, memory-making moment. I think that that'd be something that I'd be able to take with me forever, in my future, and then, in the future I can look back at it on and say that I was able to do this. So.
You guys expecting a hostile environment tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so. With them being pretty close, and also when we were watching the first half of the game yesterday, just kind of feeling that too in there. You could tell there was a lot of Auburn fans in there, but now it's probably going to be even more Auburn fans in there tomorrow. So right now we're just we can't rely on the fans to keep us in it. So we're going to rely on ourselves and our coaches to keep us in it. So.
Some of you guys have mentioned the importance of winning, especially for Cohen here near his hometown. Watching him hit that dunk and seeing the reaction from the crowd behind your bench, how special was that from your perspective?
I mean, it's so cool. In the moment, I don't really realize it. But when you go back and look at it and you see clips and all that, it's really cool to see the emotion that everyone plays with, and even the fans, like how much they love the game, how much they love our team, and how passionate they are for Michigan State basketball. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's the last couple of weeks. I'm sure it's been go every day, but have you had a chance to really just sit down, take a breath, and just take it all in for a minute?
It is kind of hard to do that just because it's always next game mentality. Want to win that next game. But yeah, I think I've been able to realize the position I'm in. I talked to a couple of my buddies back at home, and they play college basketball as well, and they're telling me how you're the last one left from our city. Go get it done. So I think just things like that makes me appreciate this team, Coach Izzo, and everything that's gone on this season.
And how much does that support help you? How much does that keep you level-headed and just kind of have some more support on your back, not only just from your team but from any of your outside friends and family?
Yeah, I mean, it's great, when you're supported from afar. I got a tweet yesterday from my middle school that posted a picture of me wishing me good luck. So I just think things like that are cool, and it's cool that I'm able to represent myself on such a national stage. Thank you.
A lot of elite teams at Michigan State. What would it mean to be a part of one of Izzo's, 9 Final Fours if you guys were able to?
Yeah, I mean, it'd mean a lot. Like you said, there's a lot of history from Michigan State of having really good teams, and for us to be on the brink of being one of those teams means a lot to us, and I think we all know that.
What stood out about Auburn on film, just in a short amount of time?
Yeah, so I mean, They play physical. They have a really good player in Broom. You know, he's one of the best in the nation. They have good guards too that shoot the ball well. Yeah, so I think they have some challenges that could hurt us, but I think at the same time we have the personnel that could hurt them in different ways as well.
Obviously, going to be a pro Auburn crowd tomorrow night. Does that play a factor at all, and just making sure you guys don't let them go on long runs like Michigan did?
Yeah, I think their crowd is going to be good tomorrow. I know Sparty's going to come out too and support us, but I think games like at Illinois or UCLA or Maryland even prepare us for times like tomorrow night. So I don't think we'll let the crowd try to affect us too much and just play our game.
It seems like repetitive over and over again of, you got to get out to a better start. You got to get out to a better start. How do you get out to a better start tomorrow?
I just think being more focused on the little things, taking less time to adjust to how the game's being played. And just being aggressive, being ourselves, being confident, and yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, we are now joined by Michigan State freshman guard Jason Richardson. You guys will have 15 minutes to ask him questions, and media, go ahead, take it away.
So what's the coach been telling you guys about Auburn so far?
They're a super aggressive team, so we know we got to come out and try to be as aggressive as possible. They got 4 or 5 guys that really can get to the basket at will, hit some really tough shots, so we know we got to come out defensively and do our job.
You guys go into this game maybe as the underdogs, or how do you view that going in? Obviously, they were number 1 for a lot of this season.
We kind of just come in with the mindset that we got to come out and play hard. We're not really paying attention to rankings, all that. We're just trying to come in and do our job that we have the past 3 games, so we just have to come out and work.
How important is it to keep a pro Auburn crowd out of it early and often?
Definitely got to keep them out of it. Yesterday when we were watching the game, you could hear that crowd through that screen. I mean, their campus only an hour and a half drive, so we got to keep them out the game. Try to make sure they don't go on big runs. They got a lot of kill shots this year. They got a lot of 10-0 runs, so we got to limit those for them, so we can keep that crowd out of it.
Tom Izzo's coached a lot of elite teams here at Michigan State. To get him to that 9 Final Four, what would that mean to accomplish that?
It would mean a lot. He always talks about you want to be part of the good history here at Michigan State. So to be able to win this game, you go down to history. You would have another banner, so you can come back, talk about that, be at the reunions, and keep talking about those. So you want to be a part of that history.
Have any of the alums just reached out to you about advice during this tournament or anything?
Mateen Cleaves just texted me this morning, just telling me keep it going, keep working hard, keep trying to lead the team, and be yourself. I feel like that's the biggest thing he's been telling me so far.
What's the biggest? What kind of stands out about Auburn guards?
A lot of tough shot makers. Tahad Pettiford, Denver Jones, Mazzara. I mean, they all hit really tough shots. I feel like they can create a shot for themselves at any level, 3-level scores. So we know we got to try to make it difficult for them and make sure they get tough shots.
What's the biggest defensive challenge that Auburn presents for your team?
I think the inside-out game. I think with Broom inside, he can make a lot of plays, and then just the kickouts that they have, because when he draws those defenders, he knows when to kick it out. So for us, we got to try to help our bigs down there, but we also got to be conscious of the shooters that are coming off those screens.
And offensively, what kind of pressure?
Yeah, I don't know why he thought he could shoot a left-hand. I think he shot a left-hand fadeaway jumper, but yeah, he almost made it too. But yeah, Jesse, he's definitely one of our best scout team players as far as the bigs. He always gives them a good look at who we're gonna play, and I feel like we haven't had, like last year we didn't have a big guy on our scout team like that could handle the ball and go down and post up. So yeah, it's been great.
Like a game break.
Yeah, for sure. No, definitely.
The humility of being able to sit out in redshirt, especially for Jesse, but for your whole scout team to do that. A lot of them were talking about the strength of numbers, how that applies to them for the scout team, how they can have just as much of an impact. And I'm curious your perspective as someone who's been in the lineup and played such a prominent role, how important their preparation is for you guys to be able to succeed like this.
Yeah, it's very important. Like sometimes in practice they come to practice with more energy than us, and the players that play, and they don't have to do that because they're not playing. So for them to be able to do that every practice and come and bring it, like there's been so many times where they wake us up and they score so many times, and coaches yelling at us because they score so easy, and we just go in and lock in now on practice, and they've just been grateful to have such a scout team like that. Thank you.
What would it mean to punch your ticket to the Final Four, so close to your hometown?
it'll be great. You know, moments you dream of. You know, to have this chance right now and to be able to be one game away from playing in the Final Four is great.
What would it mean to be a part? I mean, there's been so many elite teams at Michigan State, but to be one of possibly 9 to go to a Final Four, what would that mean to be a part of that company?
Yeah, it'll be great. You know, like you said, be 1 of 9. You know, it doesn't really happen too often. So yeah, I feel like that's one of the biggest things we focusing on. You know, just leaving our legacy here at this school, especially our seniors that don't have any more eligibility.
Have any of the alums reached out to you recently, just about during this NCAA tournament run, advice or anything?
Yeah, for sure. We had a lot of them at the game yesterday, so yeah, they definitely make sure they put a word in every time.
I know you got a ton of ticket requests for Friday night's game. How many do you have for Sunday night?
Probably the same amount. I have no clue though. My mom doing all that, but yeah, it's definitely a lot.
What was it like to hit that dunk in front of your family and friends here?
Yeah, it was great. You know, I didn't even think Jeremy was gonna get that steal. He jumped up. I was really pretty surprised. I almost fell. I didn't think he was gonna get that steal. But yeah, I just seen Dia on my side, so I knew I had to take off before he got an opportunity to jump. So that's it. It was good though. I didn't think it was that crazy, but it was all right.
And getting that start in front of people that you grew up with, is that special to you?
Oh yeah. I don't think nobody knew but me. I didn't tell nobody, so yeah, it was good. They was all surprised.
Having a coach who gives you that first career start in a game like that and trusts you, what does that do for your confidence going into this next game? Does it boost it up? Yeah, for sure. You know, he just said he loved the way I've been playing in this tournament, so he just gave me an opportunity to start, and I try to take advantage of it and make the most out of my opportunity. Was there any nerves getting a start like that on a stage like this?
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm at home too, so it was definitely some nerves. But once we started playing, it went away.
How'd you counteract the nerves?
Just play. That's it. Once we started playing, it was all good.
I saw you walk through the crowd last night in full uniform out of the game.
Yeah.
So what spurred you to do that, and what was that moment like to get that embrace from the fans?
Yeah, well, my mom had called Garrett, our operations man. He called him and she told me to come upstairs and take these pictures with my family. So I just went up there and took them, and then I didn't have time to take my jersey off and take a shower. But yeah, that's really it. My mom just told me to hurry up and get up there.
It looked like a long walk.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was, and it was cold too, because my jersey was still wet. But yeah, it was fine though.
Would you say a moment like that? I saw kids coming, running out of the stands. Is that like a surreal moment for you?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like it's still, I still haven't really got used to it too much yet. But nah, it's definitely wild to see how much support you have, like everywhere, no matter where we're playing at or what state we're playing in.
What do you think worked best for the team yesterday, or what was the biggest factor in your win?
I think we just got tougher in the second half. You know, first half we was getting punked, and we was kind of letting them do whatever they wanted to. So we just had to change that and flip that. So yeah, once we did that, I feel like it was good. Our offense got rolling and everything. We started getting stops. So
how important is it to keep a pro Auburn crowd out of this game early and often?
Yeah, that's gonna be a big thing. But I mean, whether they're in the game or not, you know, we just got to bring our own energy and stay together, and I feel like we'll be good.
I want to ask about the moment at the end of the game. Rizzo was talking about how much he loves this team, and you guys were embracing him. Obviously, you know how much Rizzo loves you guys, but to see it on his face and to see him show that emotion, what does it do to you just as a member of this team?
Yeah, you know, it just shows you how much he cares about his players and how much he wants us to succeed. Yeah.
Jackson likes to score, so rebounding and then going back up with it. That is just another way for like him to like score. So yes, sir.
What's the the captain term? You've mentioned that a couple of times when we've been talking. You know, it's important to you as a captain. Can you talk a little bit more about that role on this team?
At the beginning of the year, coach named me captain. Him like self. He didn't ask like none of the other coaches. It was like his decision. So I just feel blessed, honored to be that to be in that role because. Coach trusts me. Coach depends on me. So, and I have been waiting 2 years for this. So, I feel like yeah, I have earned it. So.
What responsibilities come along with that title in your mind?
You know, talking, being dependent on the floor, scoring wise, defensively, getting people shots. Not just being a point guard, but like being a leader. Giving my like teammates confidence, and just being the steady like guy out there.
And what do you, when people think of Trey Holloman, what do you want them to think of you?
Dog, scrappy, leader, winner. Yeah, just those things.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
There's been a lot of elite teams that have come through Michigan State. Only 8 have made it to the Final Four. How important is it to you to get to that 9th one first?
Super important because you know, like you said, not very many people get there. So I'm just blessed and I'm ready.
Have any of the alums reached out to you throughout the run of the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, for sure. Guys like Tyson Walker, AJ Hogard, Mateen Cleaves, Morris Peterson. Just like those like guys, Cassius Winston, just like the PGs, guards really, and Draymond too. I love those guys, and they like trust me to go out there and get the job done.
How cool is that to have that support of all those alums coming back, reaching out consistently throughout these years?
Man, it's super great, man. I'm just blessed to be like here, be in this position, and I don't want to let them down.
How important is it to keep a pro Auburn crowd early and often in this game?
Oh man, we gotta keep their crowd silent for sure. We gotta come out swinging because I know they are so.
Played in some hostile environments before this season. You think that helped you a lot going into this one? You played in a lot of hostile environments before this season. Do you think that helps you prepare?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, being playing at big time arenas. So you know, we just gotta come out there, be steady, be calm, and then just play our game.
To beat the best, or to beat
in a position like this, to play against the #1 team and make it to a Final Four. But we know that they're a really big team, and I feel like that all the bigs on this team, me, Coop, Shimon, Book, we've all put in the work, and we are very excited for this game coming up because we know they have really good players down there, and this is moments that every player wants, to in the spotlight to play against the #1 team and to make it to a Final Four.
Do you remember the first time you were in a situation against like a really notable big, be it Kentucky, the initial Champions Classic, whatever it was, and like how you felt physically, and I'm talking like a freshman year, in terms of just ability to handle that, and what you sort of figured out over time to get yourself to this point?
I would say probably my first time playing against a really, really good big was probably against Drew Timme on the ship, yeah. And it was he had a really good game, and it was a really good game for both teams. But being a really good big at this level, you have to do a lot of things different from your previous level in high school, and growing into that has been something that's been there's a lot of lessons in there, and there's a lot of things that you got to take note of. But I feel like each person on this team, each big on this team, has the capability of being a really good, effective big in the country, and we're just happy that we get to have the stage to show.
What does Broom do that's problematic? What makes it difficult?
We know that after every game he has double-digit points and double-digit rebounds, and I think his rebounding is one of the most dangerous parts about him, and we have to make sure that we keep him off the glass and keep him away from second chance points. he's a very good, creator in terms of the post, whether he passes out or makes the shots. But we just have to, wall him up, and if he makes tough shots, then that's, nothing we can do there. But we just have to make sure that we eliminate the second chance points, because we know that they're not going to make every shot, and we have to make sure we secure the rebounding.
And that's been, we talked before, but that's been really the thing this year, that every rebound's yours, and you become an elite rebounder at times. I mean, is this sort of a test of that, one of the higher levels you've had to face?
Yeah, I gotta step up, in terms of rebounding. I gotta step up because, it's the last couple games I haven't been doing that to the best of my abilities. I've been trying, but they haven't been showing up, and I'm really gonna take this next game as a real test, to make sure that rebounding is my game, and we have a lot of bigs that can get a bunch of rebounds. I mean, Cooper was a monster on the boards yesterday, and we're going to need that from him. We're going to need that from Shimon. We're going to need that from Book. And, we all have to make sure that not only do we get the rebounds, but we keep them away from the rebounds.
Is there, you face a lot of smaller teams. Is that in some ways harder to rebound against than the bigs you face in the Big Ten, where there's a lot more two big teams and everything?
Probably, but the way I see it is that, when you play against a smaller team or you play at a, different position, I mean, the ball still goes in the air and it bounces off the rim. And I got to make sure that, I'm in position to get a rebound and make sure to fulfill the role that is my role in this team. And yeah, it's like I said, no matter what position you're playing or what's going on, the ball still goes up, and I still have to do my job in order to box out and go pursue the ball to get those rebounds and to help this team.
Jackson, what's it like to play such a big win last night and still have to flush it and get right back to work the next day? I mean, you play basketball, you're a different thing.
I mean, when you come to Michigan State, I mean, it kind of becomes the normal, honestly. In high school, you take obviously in high school you don't have wins like this, but you take a big win and you'd celebrate for probably 2 weeks, right? Take a vacation. But in this environment with Coach Izzo, it's really just next game. Next game, and we can celebrate after. When the season's over, we can celebrate. But all of us, I can say confidently that all the players and coaches are in a mindset where it's just like, we had a good win. We can celebrate that night, but even that night, we're going to be right onto film and reviewing their plays, watching scouting, and honestly, that's just kind of become the normal. And although it's exhausting sometimes, you just have to remind yourself, like, this is part of the process. This is part of the fun, and we're one of 8 teams left, and when you say that, there really is nothing you wouldn't do to keep that run going.
Mentally, what is it like to know that you're one game away from a Final Four? Just mentally, what's that like?
It's a big deal. We try our hardest to make sure that we don't see it as what's ahead of us. To specify, we're just trying to make sure that we lock in on the game in front of us. We can't say, if we win, we're here. We have to make sure, like, when we win. We're trying our hardest to, stay locked in on the task ahead of us and not trying to think of the rewards, because it's not guaranteed. And we have to make sure that we do our hardest to make sure that we, do the tasks, we do our jobs to make sure that we win. And then when we do, it becomes that much sweeter.
First game in quite a while that you guys are underdogs going into a game. Does that maybe fuel you guys a little bit, knowing that you're maybe not getting the respect you deserve?
Honestly, I feel like sometimes we do really well when we're viewed as the underdogs. It kind of gives us an edge a little bit, and it kind of lights a fire underneath us, and we just want to be on that stage to show everybody what we can do, and we have been doing that, and this is just a even bigger and brighter stage, and I don't have any doubt that this team performs better when we're viewed as the underdogs.
Thanks, Jackson. Appreciate you.
Great. Shout out NCAA. Elite.
Would you say they're elite?
Top tier. Better than the gas stations.
That's good. Auburn obviously presents a lot of challenges. What have you guys seen just in the 24 hours you've had to kind of look at?
Skill team. 1 through 7, 8 that they play. Everyone can come in and give double digits points. 5, 6 rebounds. They're all positions. You never know who night it might be. Obviously they have, I don't know if he was a player of the year, but All-American Janai Broome. Very skilled from 1 through 7. So it's a tough match.
It's the first time in a long time you guys are underdogs. Does that fuel this team at all?
Definitely. I think we've been underdogs the whole year. Coming to the year, no one expected us to do anything, and just the fact that this group stayed together, we trust in each other and believe in each other, and we just take it game by game, possession by possession, and just keep going.
And last one for me, that Auburn crowd was pretty electric last night. Carson said that you guys stayed for the first half and kind of took it in.
Yep.
What are you expecting tomorrow night, and how do you maybe just prepare as a road team as opposed to a neutral site team?
That it's basically kind of an away game. But at the same time, we're going to have a lot of people here, so it's going to be green. So just something you live for, and the atmosphere is going to be great. And these are life-making memories that, you always going to remember for the rest of your life. It's going to be loud when they score. It's going to be loud when we score. So just make the game of basketball and in this moment so special.
I want to ask you played against Pettiford before?
I have. I played him twice. My 17U year when I'm Indy Heat. He ended up winning when we played in Kentucky, and then we played again in PGM and with him and Elliot Cadeau, and we ended up winning that game.
What did you learn about him as a player, and what did you learn about maybe his style of play in terms of talking? Because he's a talker, right?
Confident kid. I know him. He trusts in his work. He's really skilled. Believe in his game. He makes tough shots. So knowing out that it's going to be a good game, he's going to, make some tough shots, and that is going to be, he's going to competitor. He's going to compete.
Is this one of those games, particularly for you, Trey, to kind of maybe not necessarily control the emotions, but keep them from getting out of control?
I guess you can say that, but I think that's what makes us special. We play with emotion and passion, and just shows so how much we care out there and playing. So
you guys thrive.
Yeah, obviously you want to be smart, but at the same time, that would make it special. Like you able to play with passion, so you love the game.
Let's go to that moment at the end. Tom Izzo said you love this team, and you guys all surrounded him a little bit. Obviously, you know how much this means to him, but seeing the emotion come out of him after that game, did it drive you a little more, just seeing it happen there?
Definitely, just the fact that Coach been coaching for 30 years, and he still is fiery, still cares, still love for the players, the game, and he still shows that he got some left. People say you're gonna retire. Coach don't want to. Coach still want to coach and enjoy the moments and help other people get better. So that's just so special and what we love about him. And at the same time, we just want to keep winning and keep making him proud and make ourselves proud.
Is that rare to see a coach be that vulnerable back to him?
A little, Coach has done everything he done. Won a championship, got Final Fours, Elite Eights, and stuff like that. So, Coach don't really have to coach or still be here with us, but this is his choice. So, just to be a part of it is special, and I'm grateful for it. Just the fact that he still want to coach me and help me get better every day as a person and a player.
Thanks, Jeremy.
What those sort of good combos for juniors?
Really just seeing them work in the off season, in the weight room and on the court, just how much better they had gotten. And in games this season, I feel like we played a lot of good big men this year, and they've held their own, and they've made it pretty tough. So I feel like they're ready for the moment.
Do you remember what sort of how they had to deal with Kentucky, Gonzaga early on the first few games, just who they were as players and sort of the wide-eyed nature of we got a ways to go. And do you remember sort of looking at them thinking they've got a ways to go?
I feel like that was their first couple games of their career, so that's just with most freshmen for the most part. But I feel like they've grown since then a lot, and they've become really way better players.
As far as being an underdog, it's the first time in a long time that you guys are an underdog in a game going in. Does that motivate you guys at all, just knowing that you're doubted a little bit?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I feel like at this point, nobody really like a super underdog if you make it to this point in the season. So we just trying to keep playing how we've been playing all year and go with that.
And what's made Auburn so successful this season, you think?
I feel like just their personnel and just their versatility that they play with. You know, they got inside presence in Broom that's, you know, All-American, and they got good guards as well. So I feel like that's a recipe for a good team.
Carson said that you guys stayed for that first half yesterday, and you saw obviously the crowd. Are you guys kind of preparing as the away team, knowing that it's, you know, closer to their home, obviously?
Definitely. I mean, I feel like we're going to have a lot of fans too, but they're going to have a lot of fans for sure. So, you know, it's going to be a good atmosphere, and, you know, we just got to stay even keeled through it all.
Thanks, Jade. Appreciate your time.